NBA rundown time. We are live. The dregs of the regular season are over. Tyler, I should have listened to you earlier. That last week is from now on going to be vacation. It's ridiculous. I was listening to Nate Duncan today. Do you know that the final Sunday of the NBA regular season was the biggest point disparity in the history of the league?
Those games were ugly on that Sunday.
Yeah. Only thing I would keep in mind for that, maybe next year we just, even if they're minus 19, just take them all.
Yeah.
But, I mean, whatever. That's not that much of an edge. But at least we get to handicap some real basketball right now. But the question is, do we, though? Have you been hearing these rumors that the Lakers might try and lose on purpose?
I was thinking about this when I was driving around today. Don't you feel like there's this is a double-edged sword? It's like, because if you lose this game and you avoid them in round one, but you plan on playing them in the Western Conference Finals, what if you get into two tough series before that and LeBron's gas when you get there?
Also,
this is probably your best shot, is just to get them now and get them right out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really a championship team, you're going to beat them in whatever round.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I'm not.
You're not a lock to win the second game. Like, why?
Yeah, the Kings match up really well with them.
Yeah, you don't want to be in that spot.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to try and go against De'Aaron Fox with those perimeter defenders.
No.
Yeah. So.
Not at all.
All right. Well, let's dive into
about the actual playoff series that are set already, because I think there's a couple we should bet.
Yeah, let's do that first then.
We'll start on the East. What do you think about this Cavs Magic series? I kind of want the dog. I think the Magic make a name for themselves right here.
How are the Magic a dog?
They're plus 156 to win this series.
I'm trying to look up if I have series prices right now.
My guess is the inexperience, but I just look at the matchups. Like Jalen Suggs, probably one of the best on-point defenders at the attack, can slow down Mitchell or Garland. Paulo and them can definitely handle their own against the bigs for the Cavs, so I like the Magic.
At these prices, you have to. The Magic are. What do you have?
Plus 160.
I have plus 170.
Yeah, I like the Magic here.
I mean, at that price.
And what's
let me just pull that up real quick.
What's game one series parlay Magic plus 310? Because I swear to God, they've won every game one in playoff series the last couple times they've been in there. Even when they've been like 7 seeds playing good teams, they still win game one. I see the Pacers series, the number dropped drastically on this. They were like plus.
Well, that's because Giannis might not even play.
Yeah, I mean,
it's off my board. I can't even bet it right now.
I have even money on the Pacers to win that series right now.
So the implied odds on the Orlando Magic, 37%. So that means they have to win like 38% more of the time.
You think it's just they think the lack of experience in the playoffs?
Yeah, it has to be.
Someone's going to fold.
Best player on the floor. Okay, so let me just, if I'm going to do devil's advocate here, right? And we did the Stephen A. Smith thing where I have to argue with you and you're on the Magic. Yeah. Here's my arguments for the Cavs, right? The Magic are a big team, but the Cavaliers have the size to counteract that. And a close game in a half-court setting, the Cavaliers have the best shot creator in Donovan Mitchell, right? The idea being, if you're down by one, either team, Donovan Mitchell's probably the best option on the floor, right? Even better than Paolo, even better than Franz Wagner. And then third,
I know he's, as of right now, better than Paolo, but I don't know how much longer before I take Paolo before him.
Okay, first of all, Paolo might be better overall when you look at everything and you include rebounding, passing, and defense. But I'm just saying, down by one, less than 20 seconds, you just need to get any shot and you win the game. I think Mitchell's better. And also the experience, right? And we saw how much that hurt them last year. Could that very same thing happen to the Magic? But at this price, I thought it would be plus 130, plus 140.
Yeah, I think it's all Magic.
All right, I'll join you there. The Suns are 6 seeds, but they're favored against the T-Wolves. I see them as minus 133. I see the Timberwolves at plus 117. What are your thoughts there?
I would like the T-Wolves better if Cat wasn't coming back. I'll say that. I don't like him coming back. I think
I don't know how much it hurts, though.
I'm just picturing all the times we've seen him look like a deer in the headlights in the playoffs, and now it's going to jam up the front with Ant. He's not going to be able to get to the hoop as much. I'd rather
no,
have
he spaces.
he
He
spaces,
doesn't even go down low that much.
but it jams him up. Like when you just watch him, it doesn't look as good. And these are going to be physical games. I'd rather have Nas Reed on the floor than Cat. So it's like I don't know. And I seen a stat. I'll have to pull it back up when we go into this next series because I'll have to dig through Twitter for it. But something about this, they said the Suns shot like 60-some% against the T-Wolves when everyone else was held to like 40-something. So I think it might just be.
Well, it makes complete sense because I'm going to go off my other Duncan, Nikias Duncan. One of his favorite stats is rim pressure, and the Suns have always been one of the lowest teams in the league at rim pressure, and that's why he never really bought into them as a true contender, with the idea that you can't put pressure on the rim, you can't get the other team in foul trouble when your shots aren't falling, right? What do you want? Nothing frustrates me more, and you see this with these shitty teams too, like when we were taking, well, you weren't because you were smart, but when I was taking all those plus 12s and those plus 14s, how they'll miss 3 or 4 3-pointers in a row and they still don't try and get to the rim. They're still jacking them up. Not having that versatility, but look at the Suns. Like, the majority of their guys are mid-range assassins, right?
Yeah, they just tear you up.
Shooting threes. So, it is, if there's any series that Gobert, who I think is going to win Defensive Player of the Year, is not going to really be that effective in, it's this one, right? He's going to be so much more effective against the Thunder with SGA getting to the rim, against the Kings with Fox getting to the rim, right? Against teams that like to drive and kick. There's none of that going on.
It says the Suns had a 54% expected effective field goal percentage based on shot location versus the Wolves this season, which ranked 24th best against the Wolves opponents. They shot 62% effective field goal percentage, number one amongst Wolves opponents. And that's from that Hardwood Proxyism account on Twitter.
Matt Moore,
yeah.
I saw his show earlier today too.
But now, is that just shooting hot, or does that just last? You know what I mean? I think it lasts because teams that have trouble with Minnesota are the teams that want to move the ball around, and you get into these weird matchups where they're just able to out bully ball you. Mm-hmm. Can you really play bully ball when KD sends the 4 guys to space it out and just one-on-one's one guy, and then Devin Booker does it the next possession? Yeah. You really can't.
All right. What price do you have for Pacers Bucks? I don't have a price up right now.
Plus 100 on the Pacers.
That's it?
Yeah, it was higher than the Magic yesterday before the news on Giannis. Pacers minus 1.5 on the series spread, plus 140.
I mean,
let's talk about the series everyone wants to talk about. Spread, the best one.
Dallas Mavericks only minus 128.
I mean, I think it's the hammer spot. I think it's the easiest bet on the board. How do they lose? Kawhi's already got a swollen knee.
All right. I'm going to put in the plus 170 right now and the minus 128 on the Mavs. What do you have on the Mavs? All right. Yeah, I got minus 128. I mean, they don't have home court.
What were you saying?
Minus 150. What's your price for the Mavericks? I have minus 128.
Minus 120.
How is this not minus 150?
I don't know. And Kawhi's hurt, isn't he?
That's the main reason. If Kawhi had gone into the postseason the way that he had played all season, I don't know if I'd be arguing with you here, but I don't think I'd be placing this bet. I just don't think he's there. I mean,
he's already banged up. I don't think he plays, so it's like.
It's just the stories of the Clippers' career, and they allowed him to fuck this team up by trading for Paul George when they could have had Shea. I mean, they had him.
Yeah. What's the next thing?
If they had Shea, right?
You could argue the Clippers don't have the best bench unit in this matchup either, because Dallas's bench is really good too. You figure they're sending one of the 2 bigs off the bench in Lively or Gafford, Josh Green.
I think they'll bring Gafford off the bench.
And Tim Hardaway is probably the best player off the bench in this entire series if his shots
Tim
fall.
Hardaway might not even get run.
I think he'll get some run.
I'm just trying to illustrate.
Think about the way playoff games happen these last couple of years. He's one of those guys where at the end of that series, it's like, oh yeah, remember when Tim Hardaway had 25 and he made every three he shot that game and he won him game 5? That's how it happens every year with those kind of guys.
I'm just saying, if he comes in and he goes 0 for 4, you can just
and then he's
sit him
on the
and you're
bench.
fine.
But like, I bet
you're not dependent on him.
I bet you there's a game where he hits a bunch of his threes and plays a huge factor in one of these games.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hold off on that Suns price right now.
Yeah, I don't want to bet the Suns just because that's a weird matchup, but I want the Magic in Dallas.
I'm actually surprised that the Suns are favored by so much. I have minus 133 on that. What do you have?
On the Suns, minus 118.
At your price, I would take the Suns.
Yeah.
I gotta pay an extra 15 cents.
What's that 3-teamer pay? Let's see. Dallas.
I'm gonna check out.
Orlando.
I'm gonna check out what's it called. Bet
Plus
online.
800.
What their prices are.
That might be worth a bet.
What is it?
For Dallas, Magic, and Suns all to win those series, plus 800.
Dallas, Mavericks, and Suns. It's not bad. I hate how Bet Online keeps like selections on my freaking bet slip from like years ago. All right. Anything more about these series here?
Not the series that are matched up, but I mean, is there any like matchups you would want to bet? Like, I know Boston versus Denver is only plus 250, but is there any like Boston versus a Western Conference
Boston?
team
I mean, Denver over
like
Boston is plus 500, which I actually kind of liked.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Boston beating Dallas is 10-1. That's not terrible. Now this is going to be a huge price. You're going to hate me for this, but what's Boston LA? Let's see.
I'm not going to hate you for that. It's so viable.
28-1.
I mean, I can't argue.
The only thing I hate about
if you said Warriors Boston, I would say you're wasting your money. But I can't argue against Lakers Boston.
The only thing I don't like about that, I mean, the Lakers are down to 18-1 to win the Western Conference. When we bet them at 24-1, it's like I'd rather have them 24 than them to play Boston at 28, and then Boston slips up against somebody again.
You know what sucks is our 2 Eastern Conference bets that we already made are probably going to meet in the first round.
Philly and New York.
Yeah,
I think Philly's going to win that first game. If Embiid plays, I think Philly wins.
Against New York?
No, they're going to beat Miami in the first game.
Yeah,
that would match them up against New York. I'm sorry. I was thinking about that wrong. Oh, then we need Miami to win. We're rooting for Miami tomorrow.
Yeah, because then we get Philly to eliminate Boston and New York to eliminate Miami, and then I don't want to say I guarantee, but we'd probably cash one of those tickets, right?
Yeah.
I think Philly could beat Boston too.
I think they could, but I think it's going to be weird.
I think either of those teams could win. I think Boston's in trouble in this first round.
I think their first round goes one of 2 ways. One, we're going to think they're in trouble, and they actually are in trouble.
Or they win every game by 20 points.
Or, they sweep them in 4 games, and it looks like that team didn't even belong on the floor with them.
Yeah, I mean, I see that. All right, so while we're talking, the Bucks took a little money on Bet Online. It was minus 110 when I pulled it up like a minute ago, and now it's minus 115.
I'll say I can't.
So I can get Pacers at minus 105. You said plus 100?
Yeah, but here's the thing about the Pacers. Do you really want to trust a team that's all offense and no defense in the playoffs when we know games tend to slow down, even though I know they're going to play this ridiculous pace or try to. And it's probably buying low on the Bucks team. You're never going to get that price again against a team in their first.
Yeah, but if Giannis doesn't play, don't I have the better coach and the best 2 players on the floor? I mean, at this point, who's better, Siakam or Dame? I almost want to say Siakam.
I'd say it's close. I'd still probably say Dame.
Halliburton's definitely better.
Yeah,
than Dame at this point of their careers. If you give me Dame from 2018, 2019, no, you're right. That player was better than current Tyrese.
But again, it's the first time in the playoffs for Halliburton. We don't know what he's going to look like.
I don't think he's going to have problems.
I would, of the 4 series that are lined up right now, I trust the other 3. I could see that Pacers one being the one where everyone thinks the Pacers just kind of do their thing and the Bucks edge it out in the end. But I could be wrong. Maybe the Pacers.
Well, let's stay away from those. I mean, they're not going any way.
Yeah.
All right. Clyde's already in terrible form in the chat saying Dame is a bust. What are you talking about? He's a Hall of Famer. He's just 35 years old or something stupid. Right? I mean, like, prime Dame. I mean, prime Dame, you could have flipped him and Curry on that KD team, and they would have still been okay. And they
would have been good.
All right, let's go to tonight's games. All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
The first game of the night.
Favorite team.
I mean, the only good thing is it's easy to bet on. Like, they're gonna get every fucking call. It's a great fucking matchup for them, right?
Yeah.
Because we talked about why do we always bet the Magic against the... What are you talking about? Hold on. Clyde, do you remember... Are you old enough to remember when Dame knocked out OKC single-handedly?
When he did
How could you call Dame a playoff bust? That might be like the worst take you've ever had. And that's saying something. All right. Remember how we talked about on the Pelicans that they don't do well against big forwards, right? Which is why we bet the Magic against them both times when they played this season. This is like a better version of the Magic because I got LeBron and AD. I don't think that the Pelicans could stop them. And I see the line moving towards the Pelicans. Is there a chance that they're going to just go crazy and not have AD play tonight?
I just don't see it. I don't think they put themselves in that predicament of just trying to win one game.
I don't either. It seems like an easy Lakers bet to me.
I think I just bite it and just bet them. If they lose, they lose. I don't see how they lose, to be honest with you. I'm going back to see the one matchup that they did beat them in the regular season. And yeah, Braun and AD both played in that game when New Orleans beat them by 20. So, I mean, they did have a win against them in the regular season when both guys were on the floor. But I just still have this thought that LeBron's not going to play the game of I'm dodging the Nuggets.
They're going to get every fucking call.
Yeah, I think he just gets to him.
You don't think Adam Silver and those guys don't want an ESPN and people pulling the strings don't want to see the Lakers versus the Nuggets in the first round?
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah. All right, Clyde, I agree with you finally. PG-13 and Harden, yeah, you can criticize their playoff. Although PG-13 did pretty good in the playoffs last year. Or was that 2 years ago? He's done all right on
that year the Suns made the finals. He did very good. Remember, he carried them to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah. So, I mean, they've all done well. I mean, Harden did pretty good, too. If he didn't run into that Curry team, which is probably the best team we've seen in...
They would 100% won a ring if it wasn't for that Golden State dynasty.
Yeah, that Golden State dynasty...
And they...
In the past 20 years, best teams?
Yeah, they beat the Warriors if KD doesn't show up. If that Warriors team stays the same and they don't add KD, Houston beats them at some point, makes the finals.
Yeah, they might have. If Harden didn't run off all those good teammates either.
I know you're going to have some kickback on this because you got to see them more than I did, but I think that 2017 Warriors team was the best team ever. I don't think there was ever going to be able to stop that team. They could beat you inside or out. They had 2 of the 3 best players in the league at the time, a bench unit, 1 of the best 2 of the 3 best sharpshooters on the team, arguably a guy that was also top 5 in sharpshooting in KD. They were unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to say. If they so here's the other 2 from my lifetime, and then we can grab Coach Goodman for before.
Yeah.
The mid-'80s and on, but I'd say that the best in the 90s was 96 Bulls. I'd say the best from 2000 to 2010 would have been one iteration of that Lakers team. But I think the 96 Bulls were better than the Lakers at that point. And I would say the best from the 80s would have been the 85 Celtics.
How do you feel about this take? I think that those Lakers early 2000s teams had a better chance at beating those Warriors than the Michael Jordan teams did.
Yeah, but that's
just because the Shaq factor. They're just going to plug them. Like, yeah, Michael Jordan could score 60, but if Golden State's raining threes, that 60 means nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree with you there just because of the matchup. Shaq was just a matchup nightmare. And at that point, you're getting, I mean, that was the best Shaq of his career.
Yeah, he was still able to run the floor.
You're not getting that 95 Shaq that Olajuwon dusted. All right, Clyde, thanks for getting us off track. Okay, so I guess my question to you is, do we just bet the Lakers?
Yeah, we bet the Lakers.
Okay.
We're on the Lakers. They're going to play Denver in the first round. They're going to beat them 4-3. Everyone's going to be stunned. And we're going to be sitting on a 24-1.
Normally, I love unders in the playoffs, but I don't know if I want to get with them
on
any of these playing games.
Those two teams have gotten up and down the floor so much, and there's a couple trends that point heavily towards the under in this one. Mm-hmm. But it's like weird. It's like the Lakers off of a 17-plus point victory on the road and then back on the road. The games have went under. So I'd rather just stay away from the total on this. Just play the Lakers money line.
Yeah, I like to spam unders here in the playoffs, but here's the thing: these aren't really playoff teams. And
there's an under. There's an under coming up that we're gonna get. I think though, it'll be on tomorrow's games. We talked about it already. I think we were.
I know, and I think I'm going to disagree with you.
I'm not. I don't think either team's going to be able to put up points. Neither of them can really shoot. I think it's one of those ones where you kind of get scared going into it, and then going into the fourth quarter, it's 65-60, and it's like, why didn't I bet that under 221?
Okay, well, we're going to move to it. I got 222 on my board. And under this move, though, however, Tyler, because when I did the playbook that's over on Fanspeak right now, yesterday, or the treasure map, or whatever we're calling it this year, both these numbers were 224.5 on tonight's games. The Lakers is still 224.5 for me offshore. However, the Kings has dropped. That actually surprised me.
I wasn't talking about this under specifically.
I know, but I was just bringing that up to transition to the game. The market likes the under in a Kings Warriors game. I don't get that.
I mean,
I'm not saying I'm betting over, but I.
What did these playoff scores look like last year between them? That's just a good way to indicate what we could see here tonight.
Yeah, let's pull it up. You want to pull it up?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up now.
All right. I'll go ahead and give out some other stats on this game here. I mean, I would do some more stats on that Lakers game, but it just seems like we're on the right side. All right.
If we're not on the right side, I'd rather go down with the Lakers and the Pelicans. I'll say that. Can you?
Yeah. Why would I not? I'm not betting the Pelicans and watching the Lakers go to the free throw line 37 times, and Zion's like getting hammered, and he's not going to get any calls. I'm not doing that.
You're sitting there going, "Why did I do that?" I'd rather see the Pelicans shoot 60% from the field and beat me, and it's like, okay, that sucks, but
yeah, I'm not betting on the Pelicans and watching the Lakers just everything they do.
I'm not frustrating myself that way.
Yeah, fuck that. All right, so here, if we want to talk about reasons not to lay the 2.5 with the Warriors, Tyler, while you pull that up, 3 of the 4 regular season meetings between these two teams for the regular season this year were 1-point games.
Yeah.
Right? However, I think in all 4 of those games, both Herter and Monk played. You're Clyde's a big Kevin Herter fan, so I know that he's pretty sad he's not playing him tonight. You know me, I'm all about Malik Monk here.
These playoff scores really don't indicate either way to go on the total either.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just staying away from it. I just brought that up as interesting. I thought that.
Wait,
I would think that the Lakers game would be bet down before this one.
Since we both took a little bit of a break from the league, I kind of just fully zoned out.
I should have taken a bigger break. Bro, I was so happy by yesterday.
Look like
what's that?
What did the Kings' scores look like since Monk and Herter have both been out? Because you lose a lot of extra point production once they're both out. That takes a bench guy away too. It's just tough to make up for that scoring.
Not to mention, you're replacing him with a better defender.
Yeah, you're replacing him with better defenders.
You're moving in Keon Ellis and Davion Mitchell now into the lineup, who are both above average defenders, and especially Davion below average on offense.
Just listen to some of these scores. This is their last 10 regular season games: 121-82, 107-108, 123-135, 105 to 112, 107 to 77, 101 to 100, 109 to 120, 190, 109 to 95. 190 would have been crazy. 127 to 106, 103 to 107. I hear a lot of unders in there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, and I see that too. Just to support what you said, total's gone under in 5 of Sacramento's last 6 games. Okay. And these two teams have gone under 4 of their last 6 matchups.
What's a Warriors like? You can do the money line and the total parlay together.
Mm-hmm.
What is Warriors and under plus 155? And you're getting it's
It
bumping
should be
it up.
higher than that.
Well,
what's your money line? I got minus 145.
But
now.
here's the thing: if I build that as the same game, I probably get better. But in this money line total parlay that's already built on FanDuel, the under's 228.5. I'm gaining 5 points.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Well, then that makes sense because I was gonna say it should be like at least 2 to 1.
What do you think about a Kings Warriors halftime full time? Kings kind of control the first half, or do you think this is just they fight for their lives the entire game on both sides?
I'll be honest. I think this game's a coin flip.
Even with all the bench unit missing for the Kings, I don't think it's as much of a coin flip as we think it is as it would have been if those guys were there.
Here's one of the big reasons why I do. Curry killed us last year, right?
In the final game, but they kind of just did their
Overall,
thing.
he did though. He's averaging 33 points a game, and he averages a lot of points against the Kings. But my point is, and Nate Duncan was bringing this up today, Curry is still shooting from the outside at an elite Steph Curry-like rate, but he's not finishing as well. And that was a lot of what happened last year, was that Curry was getting to the rim against us. And, of course, we have, like, the weakest rim protector in the league, Domantas Sabonis. So he's able to finish like crazy. Curry's not finishing that well. If he's not finishing that well, the Kings can keep up. It's also one of those.
I can tell you who is going to finish at the rim well.
De'Aaron Fox.
Jonathan Kuminga.
He's not even going to start.
I mean, he's still going to play.
So, I mean, what does that even matter?
I mean, the last matchup, he put up 31 on him.
So you say he is going to finish at the rim well?
Oh, I think he's going to dominate you guys at the rim.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you said he's not going to.
No, I said he is, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm glancing back on these matchups from the regular season. I mean, that last matchup, Kings beat them 134 to 133. Harrison Barnes put up 39 points in that game. Like, Herter had 12, 10, and 4. Monk didn't do much. Fox had 29. Sabonis he was 2 rebounds away from a triple-double. Like, are you getting 39 out of Harrison Barnes tonight to win by 1?
My concern is the whole world is on the Warriors.
I mean, sometimes the whole world's right.
All right, the whole world was on the Chiefs in the freaking Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, okay.
I mean, look at the way this would line up the playoffs for their ratings-wise, too. It puts LA and Denver right off the bat.
And OKC, Golden State, which would be a fun-ass series.
Yep, and what it probably does is, because we're not sure what OKC's going to look like in the playoffs if Golden State beats them. And now Golden State gets a nice matchup in the second round against Dallas, probably. That's going to
If I'm OKC, I am, like, wearing all Lakers gear tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You do
if
not
the Lakers lose tonight, OKC's screwed.
Oh, yeah, they're done.
I will hammer the Lakers in round 1 against the Thunder. That's a terrible matchup for them. Okay, I don't know if I want to bet this Kings game, though. Because of the price. I don't want to lay -3, and I don't want to lay -145.
The other game you guys beat them in the regular season, Monk and Herter combined for 41 points. where you
No,
get them.
I mean, I know
It's
you're right.
I'm just trying to find like who's putting these other points on the board, or is Fox and Sabonis combining for 75 tonight?
Keegan Murray is so much better than he was last year when these two teams matched up. That's one thing that's different.
These are all matchups from this year.
I know. I'm just saying, if we're going, oh well, the Warriors beat the Kings last year. Let's take a look a bit at that series. Kings jumped out 2-0. We all wrote the obituary for the Warriors, and they're able to come back and win the series. However, Kings did play them very, very well. And, I mean, I know we lost Monk and Herter, but with Keegan Murray becoming such a better player than he was last year, Keon Ellis and Davion Mitchell providing better perimeter defense, which the Kings need because they have no rim protection. It just feels like, I don't know. I just think it's a coin flip, so I don't want to lay minus 145 on it, and I don't want to lay 3 points. Kings literally can't beat Warriors, even though they did it a bunch of times, Clyde. Like, do you know what the word literally means? I want to stay away from this game. Do you love the Warriors here?
I think they're the spot. I mean, I just don't see where the extra production comes from. I see your take on Keegan Murray, but this dude has only gotten above 17 points against this team once. Mind you, he's put up 16, 16, 14, 10. But, like, that ain't going to win you the game. I just see so many more pathways where the Warriors win this game. The Kings' pathway is legit through their stars, and them two guys have to combine for about 70. What if Clay's hot from 3 on top of Steph being able to rim run? It's just like there's just so many different elements for the Warriors to win. What if Kuminga's just able to dominate in the paint? Steph goes nuclear. Like, I see about 6 or 7
goes off, right? I mean, like
well, here's the thing, Spread. There's that picture of the guy where he's got the split in the road. Like, imagine there's 2 of those right next to each other, and it says pathways for the Kings to win, pathway for the Warriors to win. The pathway for the Kings to win, it's a one-way road, and it says Fox and Sabonis Street.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
What if Klay Thompson sucks?
But here's the thing, is on the other side.
Yeah, it's not that crazy.
There's about 6 different pathways.
What if Draymond gets ejected 3 minutes into the game?
I don't think they let that happen here.
I mean, the guy's a freaking nut. I don't think he cares anymore either.
I'm on the Warriors. They're putting their backs against the wall.
All right, we'll talk about that later. So for tonight, though, we've agreed on the Lakers. Lakers is going on the sheet.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a homer here.
I think you're just being a homer. I just don't. I think they're.
No, I'll tell you what. You know what's concerning me the most, Tyler, is that everybody's on the Warriors, and that never seems to work out.
I mean, I get it, but like, it's a winner.
Like, go on Twitter, go listen to all these other shows. Nobody's picked the Kings
because it's a winner go home game,
and we have a better record, and we're at home.
They're playing a wounded dog.
Warriors are wounded too.
Really?
They don't have Gary Payton.
Oh boy. They got a scratch.
No, to be fair, he would be the best defender on the whole team against Fox. It actually is a loss.
Oh, it's a loss, but they got a scratch on their big toe, and the Kings got hit by an 18-wheeler as a deer crossing the road.
No, 18-wheeler would be as we lost Fox for Sabonis. Fox did roll his ankle though.
He's got hit by like an SUV.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah,
the deer's limping through the woods right now, and
it's a hybrid SUV too. It's not even one of those big V8s.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And you know what's funny? I'm just kind of being contrarian here. I think if I didn't consume any media, right, and I just woke up and looked at this game, I think I'd be with you.
That's why I didn't look at anybody else's stuff. I didn't listen to no podcast.
I think when I just listened to everybody pick the Warriors, I go, this can't be that easy.
I just look at the board and I was like, these are the 2 spots. This makes the most sense.
Where's Matt Smith in here? I guarantee if Matt Smith was here today, he's on the Fade the Public shit.
If he's on the Kings, this is not good.
Guarantee he'd be on the Kings today. He'd be like, Warriors took 88% of the money.
Nah, he's going to be on the Lakers. I can see it coming from a mile away.
You know what's crazy is the lines. So the lines move for the Warriors and for the Pelicans. Are you just assuming this is injury news that's moving the line?
Yeah.
Or do you think people are actually betting the Pelicans? Do you have those bets?
I think people are actually betting. I think people are actually betting the Warriors.
I'll see if I can find one real quick. Maybe CBS has one for me.
The LA games always do this, even in the regular season. It'll drop a point, everyone will worry about it, and then 80 will get rolled, and it'll bounce back to whatever it was, and we'll just go about our day.
According to CBS, and who knows how accurate this is. Let me see. They would be. What company do they use? I think they use Caesars. So this would be Caesars. At Caesars, 87% of the money is on the Warriors for the spread, which is crazy because only 83% on the money line. Wait, I don't... Oh, I got it. So 87% of the tickets are on the Warriors, 95% of the money. Tyler, on the Warriors.
Yeah.
So not only are everybody betting the Warriors, all the big bettors are betting the Warriors too.
It makes sense. It just makes sense.
Here's a fun one from CBS, and I never even do these. But 54% of the tickets are on the under, 88% of the money. So that means the only people betting over are betting $20, and everyone betting under is dropping $2 racks on it.
What surprises you more from the outcome of the Warriors game? The Kings win, or the Warriors win this game by 20? I think it'd be more surprising to see the Kings win than the Warriors just stomp them into the ground right here.
I don't. I think a blowout would be more.
I think this could easily be one of those public bets. It's
I don't see how the Warriors run away with things unless Clay's 9 of 11 from the field.
It's a Game 7 mentality for a team that's been there multiple times. I think they might just house this team and they're already wounded. This could be the public's bet where everyone's sitting in their chair tonight going, I can do this for a living.
No, you're right. I sit here trash the public, but didn't everybody clean up in that NCAA tournament?
Yeah, you just kept betting UConn.
Bro, didn't UConn just cover every fucking game?
They've won every game in the tournament for the last 2 years by double digits.
Bro, one of my friends showed me his account in that first round. He just kept live betting Tennessee minus 20, minus 25, minus 27, minus 31. He covered all of them. All right, let's stop on this game. Anything else on this one?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
We talking tomorrow's games today, or we saving?
Yeah, because we're not gonna do a show tomorrow. Do you want to do them today? And then
we can bang them out right now.
I can do a show tomorrow if you want. I just figured.
No, we bang them out now. It's only 2 games.
Yeah, let's just do that. This is my favorite. No. This is not my favorite because we'll go. I don't know why they have them backwards on my board. 76ers are minus 4.5 against the Heat. Tyler, I like the 76ers to win. I don't know if I want to lay 4.5. What do you think?
I kind of like the points here. Mm-hmm. My worry is, what did that Heat injury report look like? And it's actually not that bad. Just Terry Rozier's probably missing. I think the Philly pulls it out. I think Embiid just has a huge game and just wills them to victory. We get to see this is the team we thought we were going to get in the playoffs. Would it surprise me for Miami just to flick a switch and get right back in there? No. But I think that Philly guts it out in the end. Embiid puts together a huge game. You can even get Embiid double-double and win at plus 104. Embiid.
That's what I was going to tell you. I think for this game, do an Embiid performance double.
Yeah.
And don't lay the 4.5.
Embiid 30-plus points, and they win plus 140. Him 6 assists, and they win plus 200.
It sucks, though, because we got to be rooting for Miami, bro. Philly and Miami in 7, Philly in 8. That would be perfect for our futures. Yeah. Okay, total's only 208 here. So every other game's 222. Oh, Warriors game just went up to 225. Lakers game just went up to 225. So I got a 225, a 222.5, a 222, and a 208. This is the only one I think I want to bet over on, but I doubt I'll get there. What do you think?
I kind of lean over with you too. That's the 7-8 matchup, so I also feel like you get it's a win or just go play the second elimination game, but you're not guaranteed to go home. The Heat know what that game means. I think that game goes over. To be completely honest with you, I think the two totals are backwards. I think they fucking put an error up when they put the numbers up. I think that should be Atlanta and Chicago's number.
Atlanta can't have a 208. This is Atlanta. Atlanta put up 300 points in a game this year.
That was in like October.
I know, but I'm just.
That was before they started playing jail ball and the refs threw away their whistles.
But Trey's back, so the shooting's up and defense is down. All right. Are we betting this game? As much as I want to sit here and play this total, I
can tell you, I would rather.
You talked about 60 to 65, right? This is another one I could see that happening.
I would rather arb this game live. Maybe take the Heat money line now.
Plus 170.
Pray to God they get a lead. Jump on Philly at plus 150 or better, and just don't even stress the game.
Deal. All right. That's a great way to approach it. Or Embiid performance doubles.
Yeah. If you do want to take that route of, say, Miami's money line, and you're worried that maybe Philly just trounces them, bet the Embiid 30-plus points and they win because they're not going to trounce him unless he gets there. And you would still pick up – what was the number on that? Let me get back to that. Plus 140, so you would still pick up 0.4 units on that. So still profit on the night.
All right.
It's not the best money, but it's money.
I think we're going to disagree on this next game.
I can tell you one thing.
Give me the Chicago Bulls, Tyler. Give me the Chicago Bulls.
No.
They're going to kick their fucking ass, dude.
Didn't let me get the statement out. I was going to say, before you even got to say that, I was going to say, if anybody wants to bet the side on this game, call the number.
No, well, fucking text me that. Put me on the hotline, bro. Bulls are going to fucking kick their ass, bro.
I'm not fucking. I would rather.
Bro, Atlanta's 10 games below 500. They suck. This is the worst team against the spread in the league. This is our last opportunity.
I would rather you make a chart of colored cars that I would see driving from Pennsylvania to California, and we bet on which of that, and I drive from my house to your house, then bet on this game.
Fine, I'm betting on the Bulls on my own, bro. They're going to fucking kick their ass.
I'm game for the total, but I am not game for the side.
All right. I love the Bulls. They're just such a better team. This is a huge projections.
Are they?
Don't they?
You really think they're that much better?
Yes.
I mean, they legit just have like.
Okay. What did we do all year on the Hawks? Pull up that injury report. Pull up the injury report, bro. How do we bet Hawks games?
Oh, he's out. He's gonna miss tomorrow's game. Okay, never mind.
Yep.
Understandable.
Everything we do all year. I'm still not
betting it, but it's understandable.
Everything I've been doing all year has been leading to this moment, Tyler. I just want to put my whole baker on this game and then quit.
How do you disagree on the total with me if you like the Bulls? It's Bulls in the under.
I don't disagree with you on the total. I thought you were gonna like Atlanta here.
No, I ain't touching. I told you I'd rather just do different things than bet the side on this game.
Okay, so I'm all in on the Bulls. You talk about the total, and then I'll go ahead and I'll give a couple more reasons why I like the Bulls.
I just think it's an under spot. 221. Neither team.
I got 222, so I got a better.
Neither team really shoots the ball all that well. Like, I know you could argue Trey's back, the defense is going to drop, he's going to hit some threes, but like, you put Caruso or DeSumo on him, are we really sure he's going to have all that good of a game? They could also slide on DeJounte Murray. Outside of that, it's like DeAndre Hunter and Bogdanovich off the bench with points. The Bulls really don't shoot the best percentage either, and they're going to play a slower pace. I think this is the game where we go into the fourth quarter at about 65 to 60, and this 221 is golden. I don't hate alt totals. Like, what's an under like 215.5 here? Plus 160. Under 212.5 is 2-1. Like, I don't hate dropping this total down either. I just don't see points getting scored in this one.
All right, let me give you some trends here. Atlanta 1-6 against the spread in their last 7.
All these trends are basing off of regular season games, though. This is literally win or go home game. This is a game 7 mentality with a 221. If you were ever given a
game 7 mentality with two teams that have no business even being in the playoffs.
But let's go look at the play-in scores from last year.
Like Nate Duncan was saying, this is like one of the worst playoff games of all time.
Yeah, it's terrible. That's why I just want the under. I don't want the side.
Okay, and I'm going to give you some stuff to support your little under, too. Let me finish mine. Chicago 4-2 against the spread in their last 6. Atlanta, shitty against the spread all year, 1-6 against the spread. Chicago 8-3 against the spread in their last 11 against Atlanta. Now to support you, the total's gone under in 4 of Atlanta's last 5 games in Chicago and 4 of their last 6 meetings overall. So these two teams have been playing under. So I just see them giving up 157 to the Pacers. That's why I'm just like, oh, we're taking an under with this team.
It's the Pacers, though.
I know. It just shows you how shitty they are.
I pulled up their play-in scores from 2022 and not 2023. They put up a $130 against the Hornets, but the Hornets stink.
Okay, yeah, that was.
And then it was a 109-107 game in Cleveland. They played their one playoff game, or their one play-in game last year. They beat Miami 116-105. Chicago 109-105 against Toronto. Chicago and Miami 102-91.
All right, you want to play the under?
I think the under's the spot.
All right.
It went up too because it opened at 218 when this matchup first hit.
I got 222. All right, so here's our 3 bets for tonight. I don't care, dude. If we're playing under, we're playing Chicago. Lakers plus 102 on the money line. Chicago Bulls -3 under 222. We also gave you some different ways to approach the Kings Warriors and the Heat Sixers. Tyler loves the Warriors here. Bro, where's Matt Smith when we need him, bro? I bet you he would be loving my little Kings pick. Because he loves that public money shit.
That's regular season. Let's see how he checks out the playoffs, though.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Because just like you said, it's just rinse and repeat.
If you tried to do that public money shit during the NCAAs, you would have got fucked.
You'd have been dead.
You would be so fucked. Because everybody bet UConn and everybody won. All right, so okay, so we're gonna do Thursday then, right, Tyler?
Sounds like a plan.
I made it for 5 Eastern because we're gonna do an NBA draft show at 4.
Cool.
So we'll be back and we'll do same thing both games, and then I don't know what we'll do for playoffs.
Maybe do a show Friday. Don't the playoff series start Saturday?
Well, we won't know all the series until after Friday. Because we won't know who 8th is.
Or maybe do a show Saturday. We'll see.
I guess we'll have a pretty good idea because whoever loses tonight is definitely... Whoever loses, I mean, in Miami, Philadelphia is definitely going to be number 8. Do you think Chicago could be either of them? Well, I guess Chicago did, right?
No.
Did Chicago beat Miami last year?
No, they lost.
In the play-in?
Yeah. No, Atlanta beat Miami.
Oh, Atlanta beat them, and then they beat Chicago. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right, great. Okay, so we'll be back Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Once again, the picks are Lakers, Bulls -3, and under 222. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Hit that thumbs up. We'll see you in a couple days. I hate that we're betting on the Lakers tonight.
Don't do this.
I mean, I already did. It's already submitted. So, all right. See you guys Thursday.